Hey team, welcome to your cool down of the week. Coach Stephanie here to give you all of the good stretches that you need to help you recover from your training week. We've got a variety of different things today, and so you're going to need a wall. You're also going to need access to a pair of rings and a bar that you can not hang from but grab with your feet on the floor. So you might need a rig or something similar so that we can go through these 5 positions. First thing we're going to do is use the wall for our straddle. So let's go ahead and get on over to the wall. We're going to drop down to the bottom, and you want to get your hips as close as you can to the wall, and we're just going to let those legs go up. And then once you get into a position that you feel like, okay, that's where I like my hips, then we just let those feet go wide. Yeah. And in this position, we're just letting gravity do the work here, so a little bit of softness through those inner thighs. And we're just going to breathe here, trying to feel that release from the kind of the knee to the inner groin as you go through this stretch. And we'll just hang out here for about a minute. Good. And then from here, we're going to grab the outer edges of the knees. We're just going to bend those knees a little bit and then help those knees come back together. Roll over to one side, and we'll go to the next stretch. Here's where I'm going to take you on a little journey with me as I reset the camera so you can see. So just one sec. Okay, we're going to do a little swap here. All right. Hi. Okay, you're going to come over to the wall here, or to the bar here. We're going to do a chin-up hang. So that means that our hands are going to be underhand grip. We're going to grab the bar. I want your feet to be able to stay on the floor, and all you're going to do is just kind of settle into this. I want you to feel your armpits open, kind of a stretch. You're softening into this. We're going to do this twice so that we can get a good stretch and not stay too active. And go ahead and gently release. And then we'll do that one more time. So you're going to grab underhand. Bend those knees. Allow yourself to sink into this position. Feel the stretch through the lats, maybe into the armpits, maybe in the forearms. Good. And we'll go ahead and release. Okay, next up, we've got the German hang. So this is where we're going to need a pair of rings. Okay. And we're going to grab the rings. You're going to face away from the rig. And you're going to step forward, let the hands come behind you, palms down. Okay? And then we're going to lean forward. Now, how far you lean is going to be dependent upon your flexibility. And this foot in front is there as kind of your safety. So right now, I'm just really letting my hips come down as I let the chest stretch out, straight arms. Good. And then we'll go ahead and release that. Gently walk yourself out. Okay. Next up, we're coming into a calf stretch. We're just going to stay at the rig here. And we're going to get a heel on the floor, toe on the rack. We're going to push the hips forward. Okay. And right now I have pressure in all 5 toes. I want you to now put a little pressure into your big toe. You'll feel a bigger stretch in different parts of the calf muscle when you do that. And then roll that pressure over to the pinky toe. Again, different spots of the calf muscle will get a stretch. And just notice as you do that where your calf muscles need more. So maybe it's on the pinky toe side, maybe it's on the big toe side. Good. And then we'll go ahead and release. Other side, heel on the floor, toe on the rack. Start with all 5 toes. Pressure into the rig here. And then a little more emphasis onto the big toe and the pinky toe, and just kind of notice what you feel. Good. And then go ahead and release that. And then last thing we're going to do is get into a low lunge quad stretch. You might find that an ab mat is helpful for the knee, back knee. And so I'm going to use that today. You can use a mat rolled up twice or a couple times. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my knee down. I'm going to grab my foot. And then you might find that a band or a strap is helpful. You can wrap it around the ankle and then loop it over your shoulder. But we're just going to gently pull this heel in, and I'm allowing my tailbone to curl under. Creates a little more length in the front there. And then if I can, I'm going to let myself sink into this position a little more. Whew, feeling that right in the middle of the quad, up into the hip flexors as well. Couch stretch is also a nice option. So this foot could be at a wall so that you don't have to hold it. So that's another nice option to get into. Okay, we'll gently release that. And then we'll go to the second side. You want to think about using as much of your hand as you can to get into position rather than your hamstrings, because you don't want them to cramp. Okay. All right, I'm gently pulling this heel in. This side is a little tighter for me, so I'm going to gently turn my tailbone down and just kind of let it scoop under. I got a little bit more tension on this side than I did the other, so I'm going to hold here before I sink into it. And just like every week, if there are poses that you like, that you want to stay in longer, feel free to do that. Everybody's body is different, and so you're going to have to just listen and feel through what works best for you, and then focus a little more time there. Be here for another 10 seconds or so. Good, and then we'll gently release. All right, thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy stretching as much as you can, and then we'll see you guys next week.